my name's Melissa Leong. I'm a food and travel writer and I am on a quest. I'm on a quest for knowledge, for snacks, but most importantly, champagne. Now we know champagne and oysters are best mates, but I'm here to dig a little deeper when it comes to the business of bubbles. Does it go with duck? Does it go with dessert? Is that a thing? Here to help me find out are two equally fantastic mates, the very stylish QT hotels and the historic effervescent house of Sydney Perrier-Jouët. Together we're going to be visiting QTs all around the country to discover unexpected matches and premier cuvées that will change the way you think and drink champagne. Welcome to the art of tasting. Speaking of which, where's the champagne? Ooh. So Chris, I hear you're the man who's going to be travelling around the country with me, explaining the bottles of bubbles as we go.
Correct. So as you know, champagne is one of life's great treasures, but it takes quite a bit to understand the nuances of champagne. So as we travel around Australia, visiting each of the QT restaurants and hotels, we're going to learn a little bit more and take a little journey. Go to school, as it will.
School?
School for Perrier-Jouët.
That I can go on board with. So you're the man in the know when it comes to Perrier-Jouët. What makes this the best champagne house in the world?
So let's start from the beginning. Perrier-Jouët was founded in 1811 in a little place called Epinay. It's now grown to be one of the most influential champagne houses in the world. To Perrier-Jouët, the Chardonnay grape is the king, the queen, the prince and the princess. It's everything to our house. Perrier-Jouët has had a strong connection to art and the art world since our conception. And of course, our philosophy is that each of our cuvées is completely different.
Well, that sounds like an incredibly illustrious history. Now we're here at the QT in Sydney, and which cuvée are we going to be starting with?
So we're going to have my absolute favourite rosé, our Blasson. It's a bit of a step out for the house, Chardonnay-based Maison, but this is Pinot Noir-based. So we're going to see an introduction of this red fruits and black fruits, but really its power and structure is what's going to make a real difference to the food that we're going to be eating and makes this a real food-friendly wine.
Cheers!
Of course, cheers.
Wow, that's such a gorgeous colour. So you were saying it's a mix of Pinot and Chardonnay grapes.
Chardonnay, and there's a little bit of Meunier just to give it a roundness. But it's not just strawberries and blackcurrant. There's that lovely blood orange, those little savoury undertones, which again make this such a stunning wine. Start to finish, whenever you like.
Well, I can definitely see why this is a fantastic champagne to go with food. Speaking of which, should we head into the Gowings kitchen and see what's going on?
Let's.
Ah, here we are in the kitchen. Hello, Michael. Now, Michael, you're the executive chef here at Gowings Bar and Grill, and I can see lots of fancy wood grill and rotisserie equipment. What are we doing today?
So today we're going to be pairing the Blasson Rosé with a beautiful duck à l'orange.
So duck and champagne, what's the logic there for you?
So the richness of the confit leg, and again with the sweetness of the meat, pairs really well.
And I think Pinot Noir, still Pinot Noir and duck is such a classic match that with the Pinot Noir based champagne, I think it should work really well.
Now, speaking of ducks, is this just any old duck?
No, so this is a beautiful free-range duck from Tarthra, New South Wales. These ducks have got a really good story. They're actually raised on one of Australia's very few free-range duck farms. Luke Windsor and his family have put a lot of time and effort into raising the ducks in the most natural environment possible. We call them Marima ducks as they are protected by these big fluffy Marima dogs. These dogs act as a guard to keep the ducks safe all day and night. Because of the way these animals are raised, their meat is extremely tender. They have much more fat than other ducks. This gives them their unbeatable flavour. They are absolutely unlike anything you'd get from any other producer.
Well, I'm very, very much looking forward to this. So I think we should head to the table.
All right, guys, so here we have the duck à l'orange.
Matched to the Blasson Rosé. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Michael, that's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it looks gorgeous. It tastes absolutely beautiful. What do you think, wine guy?
Texture-wise, again, champagne's so much about texture. Lots of textures, that little citrus sweet burst really cleans up the back of the palate, but then the duck is rich, elegant. Yeah, it's a great match. It is a very good match.
It was more about the citrus notes. because they were always going to be there at the start. But at the end of it, when you do finish with the champagne, that's where you need to make sure it balances from there. So it's more about the start rather than the finish.
Well, gentlemen, I think that this dish and champagne pairing is just like the two of you and QT Sydney, style as well as substance. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.
But don't just take my word for it. This is all here for you to try. And you know what, Chris? I think we have an amazing adventure ahead of us. You've set the bar extremely high though, so cheers to that. And here's to the art of tasting.
Cheers. Cheers.